Go watch fucking TikTok.
Yeah, seriously, gotta scroll on TikTok all day. TikTok's growing.
There you go.
Instagram's growing. My dick ain't growing. Hasn't grown since my toilet seat smashed it in episode 1. You know what I'm saying?
It's still purple.
It's still purple. I always feel like I say something first, you know?
Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Against all odds.
Right.
Did not think we'd be doing this today.
Yeah, I hit a person on the way here.
You'd had a what?
I hit a person on the way here.
Did you actually?
Barely.
A person?
No, I had to get here, so...
You didn't stop?
Well, no.
For the person?
He was fine.
How hard?
I grazed him. He was fine.
Where?
He was... over there.
At the place?
No.
What the fuck are you talking about? No.
No person.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll just in case there's legal.
But
ramifications.
I did hit a deer.
When? Your car looks fine.
Yeah, no, it does. But it rolled over my windshield like a cartoon.
No, you're lying.
It was funny.
You're lying.
It was funny. No, I'm actually not.
There's no shot you would have hit a deer and it rolled over your windshield.
It does suck that I was lying the first time, but now I'm actually not lying.
And it rolled over your windshield. A deer rolled over your windshield.
Yeah. Like,
but your car is fine, not a scratch on it.
There's a little tiny dent in it. A little tiny dent in the hood.
When?
A week or two ago. It was right before we went to the lake house.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I've never hit a deer and not had to get serious work done.
Well, it's sort of my fault.
Well,
because usually it's the deer's fault.
I mean, I would say almost every single time.
Every single time it's that stupid fucking tall-legged rat's fault. I hate them. But this time it was my fault because what I have been doing with deer is, you know, when you're driving and like a deer is say right there. And then you're fake it out a little bit. I always did that.
But you don't. Anymore.
I've always done that, right? And I did it to this deer, and the deer jumped out in front.
You're dumb.
Yeah, I know.
That's really stupid.
That's why I'm stopping.
Who taught you that?
Nobody.
You just did it because you hate
them.
Okay, well that explains why you've hit more deer than I have.
That's the only time I've done it, and I've actually hit one.
Listen.
I promise you.
You keep doing it.
But
that's what increases your chances.
It definitely does, but it scares the shit out of them, and I love it.
I tell you this story about when I hit the deer with the Durango with Mike in the car.
I don't know if on here.
But you know the story?
I think.
Yeah, we were working at Kittatinny.
Right.
And on the road that, leads to that, where we worked, there's the road, then there's a 4-foot patch of grass with, some heavy, some trees, really. Mm-hmm. Bushes more than trees. And then a guardrail, and then the water for the river. Mm-hmm. So there's never really anything on that side of the road. In a split second, by the way, I think it's a 55-mile-an-hour road, I was at least going 90. Mike might say I was going slower, actually. Mike, you can fact check me, but I was definitely going fast, at least 75. Right. So if I'm not mistaken, we were late to work, too. So we worked together. I hit this deer. First of all, me and Mike both noticed it in the corner of our eye on the right side at the very last millisecond possible. And then I hit it, and in my rearview mirror, I see it do a helicopter. Because the Durango was a big car, weighed 5,700 pounds or something like that, and I just fuckulated the thing.
Oh, it's dead.
Oh yeah, I would argue that I hit it so hard, the impact of the air before the car hit it might have taken it out. I obliterated that thing, but when I looked at my rear view, I was like, okay, I don't see any parts or anything flying off my car. Maybe it didn't do too much damage. I barely felt it too. It felt like I hit a fucking when a bug hits your windshield, it literally felt like that. It felt like nothing. That's how heavy the car was. That's how hard I hit the fucking thing. So it's okay, maybe, and it's a brick shit house of a car. So it's okay, maybe it's a durable car, maybe a little dent, whatever. Hopefully,
right.
Nope. We got to Kittatinny. Mind you, I hit it on the right side of the car, the front right fender. You know what a fender is, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So I hit that part. I hit it with that part of the car.
And you know Fender. Fender Bender.
Okay.
He lives.
You look like you're tearing up.
I just yawned. Yeah.
I don't know where you're going with this fender bender thing.
You don't know Fender Bender?
No.
You sure?
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, never mind.
Should I have known?
No, I thought you would, but fender bender.
Is it a person?
Yeah.
No idea. Not even the slightest bit.
Oh, well.
So anyway, I hit the deer with the front right side of the car, and we get to the where Mike and I worked. Mike's in the passenger seat, and I open my car door. I'm getting ready. Well, I'm reaching for my car to get ready to get out. Mike goes, like, dude, I can't open the door. And I was like, I was pissed off when he was fucking with me. I was like, dude, just get the fuck out. And he goes, no, dude, like, I really can't open the door. So I was like, bullshit. And then he starts opening the door and, like, pushing it. It keeps coming back at him. Like, he couldn't open the door all the way to get out. So I was like, oh, shit. I get out. I walk around the front. Front right headlight is completely gone. Like, it's not even cracked or broken. Goodbye. It's gone. It ripped the whole headlight housing off.
See ya. The
front right fender was dented and caved like 6 inches backwards, and it was blocking the door from opening all the way. Oh. It obliterated the fender and the headlight so badly.
But you should see the other guy. You know what I mean?
Dude, I'll tell you right now, I remember driving past that deer on the way home that night. Thing was...
broken.
Legitimately mangled. Ripped in half. Like, part of it was in one spot and part of it was in another spot. And you know what I said when I drove by? You fucking deserve it, you piece of shit. Because it fucked my car up. And back then, I didn't have money. I ain't getting it fixed. Oh, dude. And that started like a spiral. Not really a spiral, but a second event led to that. I'll tell you what.
Wait, you have money?
Well, it was before I had, like, legitimately anything at all. Like,
yeah, I can't wait till I get there.
No, legitimately... $0 in my bank account. Like, legitimately.
Call me in like 5 days.
Wild Turkey 101, that's what we're drinking. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Interesting. So, a few days after that, a friend of ours, at the time, I haven't spoken to this person in a while, was moving, a couple hours away. Mm-hmm. So... she threw, like, this get-together party type thing as, like, a goodbye. Cheers.
Cheers.
I like Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm drinking that night. A lot.
Right.
In fact, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I was competing with the girl who threw the party to see who could have the most shots. I won, by the way.
Right.
But in a scenario where, well, maybe... I don't know if it was her that was... Anyway, I was drinking a lot. And in a scenario that you're competitively drinking, mm-hmm. really just stay where you're at, right?
Right.
I left 12:30 or something like that. I lived in a different area, and I started heading, up a road that state troopers are heavily patrolling, 739. Mm-hmm. And... I see the state trooper, and I know I'm drunk. I'm not, like, drunk, like, to the point where I definitely couldn't drive, but I had to have been toting that legal limit line for sure.
Right.
And I was headed back home, and I passed the state trooper. I looked down at my speedometer, I'm like, oh, I knew I wasn't speeding. Because, mm-hmm. I looked down, I was like, I'm doing the speed limit, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm in the clear. Then, as I look in the rearview mirror, I see that his lights turn on, and he whips a Yui. I was like, was I all over the road or something? I was like, now I'm nervous. Now I'm about to get fucking Dewey. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was like, but I knew I wasn't, like, I didn't have that kind of, like, level of alcohol in my system. So anyway, he pulls me over. I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused because I really don't think I had a reason to be pulled over. Every other time, I knew I was speeding.
Right.
Right? Well, at least I had a thought that I could have been. This time, I knew for sure. And... it's fucking damn near 1 o'clock in the morning. I think at the time I was 18. And he comes up to the car, and you know how they have, like, the bright-ass flashlight. How you doing tonight? And I was like, I'm good, officer. How you doing? And he goes, I'm good. Do you have any idea why I pulled you over tonight? And I was like, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm really not sure. I didn't think I was speeding. And he goes, no, you weren't speeding. And I was like, so he goes, you got a headlight out. And as soon as he said that, this instant feeling of relief, right? Because I was like, oh, yeah. And then I was like, he goes, you gotta have both headlights on at night, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry about that, officer. literally just a few days ago, I hit a deer. And I've been avoiding driving at night, but I had no choice tonight. A friend needed my help, completely lied. And I was like, if you go to the front of my car, you'll notice that the headlight's completely missing and it's dented like a pretty good bit. I have a scheduled appointment to get it fixed within the next couple of days. So we walked up front, looked at it, and he goes, all right, you got an appointment to get it fixed? And I was like, yes, sir. And he goes, just give me your license, registration, let me make sure you don't have anything else going on. And I'll set you, you should be good. So he runs my shit, comes back and goes, yeah, man, as long as you're going to get it taken care of, try to avoid driving at night and just take it as a warning because, and I was fine. But I'll tell you right now, when he first saw those lights, I had an anxiety attack.
The wonders of being white.
Really? That's the way we're going with this.
No, it's just...
The officer wasn't Caucasian.
Oh, no?
Actually, I don't know. I know he wasn't white. Because I vaguely remember it.
It doesn't matter.
You know what else wasn't white? The fucking sky the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that? Canada.
It's a good thing I had a respirator at work.
Canada, what's going on?
Yeah.
We got, I think, one Canadian fan. Dude, what are you doing?
What's going on?
What's going on out there, bud? Time of recording. This is... What's today's date? 9th?
No.
Because my watch, I think, is wrong. I gotta fix it.
Yes, it is.
6-9. Happy 6-9, June 9th.
Hey, Takashi.
Big holiday, Takashi.
How you doing, Takashi? Friend of the show.
You fucking rat. We're recording this on June 9th, which is kind of on, we're kind of on the tail end of the Canadian
10 days from Juneteenth.
fire. 10 days from Juneteenth. Do you have off for Juneteenth? Because I fucking don't.
No, I don't.
Not that we are entitled to it, being white boys.
Right, no.
But,
right.
Anyway, for those of you that, are either completely disconnected from reality or don't live north of, Georgia, we're talking about the Canadian wildfires that, by the way, spread it across over 10 million acres.
Smokey is having a stroke.
Smokey is dead. Smokey ain't having a stroke. He's dead.
Smokey the Bear has been shot dead in Houston.
Dude, no, he was just burned alive fighting the forest fires in Canada. In Nova Scotia, in the Quebec, I think it's Quebec. Mm-hmm. Either Quebec or Ontario. No, I think it was Ontario that these started and were spread across. 10 million fucking... You did?
Yeah.
It's wild.
It was like they all started at the same time in different spots.
And they just mass spread.
Yeah.
So it affected us living in the northeast section of Pennsylvania and, across several states. My mother lives in South Carolina.
Right.
She had it.
Yeah.
So that's how bad the smoke was. Like the
Friend
air
of the
quality.
Show, Gabe had it.
Friend of the show, Gabe, lives in Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah. Virgin.
Shout out.
IA.
Shout out Gabe in Virginia.
From Virginia. We haven't shouted out Gabe in a few episodes, and that's a rarity. We gave Gabe a lot of shout outs to start. Gabe, I hope you're still listening, bud. And if you're not, we're going to find you, and we're going to absolutely fucking murder you. But, no, I'm kidding. Shout out to you. Yeah, dude, the air quality was really bad. New York City had the worst air quality in the world. I believe it was Tuesday, or it may have been Wednesday.
Where, New York?
New York City. Was really bad. Did you see the pictures?
Looked like they were an apocalypse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And dude, when I was at my job, and I work in the state of New York, but it's more upstate New York. It's not far from the city, but it's more in the upstate area of New York. And it's like, I work inside 50% of the day and outside 50% of the day. And every time I would go outside, first of all, breathing was difficult. Like it legit, you could feel it in your lungs. Yeah. The quality of the air was really, really bad because it was just fucking smoke. And it was orange.
It smelled nice, though.
It did, didn't it?
It smelled really nice.
It smelled nice. It smelled like a bonfire. And I love a good bonfire.
It was great.
And
it was great, but...
Oh, it was terrible, though. It
smelled great.
Did you get cancer?
I probably already have it from welding. I felt it.
I'll tell you right now.
I already have it from welding.
Well, you're definitely a candidate for lung cancer.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Keep getting your checkups.
But I bought that $1,000 respirator, so
there you go. I mean, that's pretty good. And you probably were able to breathe outside okay. Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem with, because I see people wearing not respirators. I see people wearing masks.
Again.
Right? Again. And depending, regardless of your stance on masks from the COVID perspective, I don't think masks are doing a lot for the smoke perspective, though.
Well, because there are certain masks for medical
respirators,
uses.
like for what you use, makes sense, right? But just like a cloth mask, I think. And look, I'm not a scientist. I'm either going to sound like I know what I'm talking about, or people are going to be like, "You're a fucking retard," and I'll be like,
"You need
yeah,
like a dust mask."
You need. I always thought it was like when there's high density of smoke, for specifically when you're standing next to a bonfire. I don't think you need to. I don't think the point is to filter that air. I think the point is when there's a high density of smoke, there's a low level of oxygen. So it's not. It's what you're breathing in, the particles of the smoke, or the molecular parts of the smoke, whatever. But I think it's also a low oxygen level, and we need to breathe oxygen. Now I don't fucking know. All right, we said on the episode of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Played that a few weeks back.
Yep.
We audibly said, and it sucks to say again, we've been out of school for 7 years, but yeah, dude, the air quality was bad. I thought it looked cool.
I think I looked on. It looked really cool. It looked like a.
It looked scary and cool.
You've never seen Star Wars,
I have
so you wouldn't know. No. You wouldn't get this reference. Looked like Tatooine.
Oh, that's the planet where they tattoo for free.
Yep,
we discussed that.
That's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it's the desert planet. Where it has.
You can tattoo in the desert.
The only difference is Tatooine has 2 suns. And we only had 1 sun, but the sun was orange, just like in Star Wars.
Yo,
so
dude, like, what was crazy to me was looking up and being like, "Yo, the sun, which is the fucking sun."
Gotta go to.
We know what the sun is here, right? We're aware of what the sun is. It's gargantuan and super strong, right?
Big boy.
We could barely see it through the smoke. It was dark orange, like a blood orange type orange, and it was like.
It looked really cool.
Most of our listeners and viewers view and listen from areas that have been affected by the smoke. Right. Most. I'm not going to say all, because we have some Floridians, former friends of mine as well, that live in Florida.
Right.
Not former, but like people I don't see as much anymore, obviously.
Shout
out to you.
Shout out.
Florida. Florida man found fucking. Anyway.
You're
Florida's fucked up.
No, when you think about it, Florida is just the United States penis.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. The U.S. has to work on its physique,
It's a long one, though.
Is it, though?
It's a lot like Donald Trump's body.
I don't think it looks like Donald Trump. Well, look.
What? Fat and short?
He's not short. He's 6'2".
Is he 6'2"?
Yeah, Trump's a big dude.
I didn't
I wouldn't say...
I took a shot in the dark.
I can agree with you that he's overweight. Sure.
Well, I mean...
But he's 6'2". I think he's like 250. He's a big dude.
I don't know why he came. He was the first one. Maybe he's like a...
He's more like... I don't know. Who's short and fat? There's a lot of short and fat people out there. You ever see Ed from 90 Day Fiancé?
No.
Oh, dude, No Neck Ed.
No. I know what you're talking about.
You know No Neck Ed?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he was dating some Indonesian chick.
Yeah.
Who, like, he was all upset that, like, she didn't shave her puss.
He looked like Dan
Schneider. You see that part? Victoria thinks that's the funniest shit in the world. She thinks he's the funniest guy.
Yeah.
To look at.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't think his personality is
He
all
looks
that
like
funny.
Dan Schneider.
He's like if Dan Snyder's neck was gone and he put on 100 pounds.
Right.
Yeah. That's funny. That's a great one. Yeah, No Neck Ed. Yo, shout out No Neck Ed. How are you?
We're nearly listening.
Do you think he's still...
That did not come out right.
What'd you say?
I don't know, but I meant to say shout out No Neck Ed, and it came out or something like that.
Shamalama ding dong. Do you think he's still dating that chick? Or...
You ever seen Bruce Almighty?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I like to do the cha-cha like a sissy girl. Bruce Almighty or Evan Almighty?
Bruce Almighty.
Not even close, right?
Really not a... That's not a question.
If you like the more biblical approach, you're an Evan Almighty person because of the whole Noah's Ark
No, I
angle.
want to laugh.
Me too.
If I wanted a biblical approach, I go to church.
Not
the movie theater.
I don't typically watch a biblical... What happened just now?
I
You
tried
talk while you're sipping?
Yeah, I talked while I drank.
Did you drip?
No.
I think you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I kind of...
Just scared me.
For a whiskey that isn't terribly expensive, Wild Turkey's one of one's a good whiskey. Good, I like it.
I get an ad for it on YouTube all the time.
You should grab a bottle. Listen,
that's what my computer's telling me, you know what I mean?
Listen, I have lost track of how many episodes we've done. I think this is episode 19. Okay? I think. I am well aware that we are jack shit of a podcast right now. Okay, right. I'm well aware.
Yeah.
All right. Let's not. When I say our viewers, we got a couple. All right. Spotify does all right. I don't know what happened. Like within the first 10 episodes, we had 1,000 listeners. Right, and ever since then, still 1,000. No growth. We've been sitting still for a while now. Guys, what's going on YouTube though? Catch the fuck up. What's going on?
I did look today, and so far the last one only 24 views.
What the fuck's going
on?
What's going on?
Hey, there's 24 guys. Thank you guys.
Hey, listen. Check it right now. Check what YouTube. This is dog shit. I understand we're in our infancy, but come on. Oh, you already had it up?
Yeah, I did.
What do you got?
26.
Dude, the fuck's going on? They came 26. They came out 2 days ago. What the fuck? Now. Look, we're shit. We're nothing.
We're nothing yet.
We are nothing but a pubic hair on the puss mound that is podcasting. Okay, world. Like that, and that's fine. But maybe one day, you know?
we are an ingrown hair on the mound of the.
Once we surpass episode 25. We are officially past the 85% of podcasts, and we're in that 15% that made it to episode 26. So, where was I going with that? It doesn't. I don't feel like. Oh, Master Distiller is the company. Dude, partner with us. Somebody reach out to us. We've been doing this for free for way too goddamn long. We've been giving people free plugs. We want some sponsors here now.
We're not begging,
sponsors.
But we're asking.
Listen, sponsors. We don't have a whole hell of a lot to offer you in return. We get it. Okay? I get it. We ain't got much. We got a couple hundred viewers here and there. 26 in 2 days. This is bullshit, guys. Where are you all going?
Where you going? Where
I thought we were getting better as we were going. Now people are leaving. Oh, you're bored? You bored? Yeah, attention span fucking blows. That's what
go watch fucking TikTok.
Yeah, seriously, you gotta scroll on TikTok all day. TikTok's growing.
There you
Instagram's growing. My dick ain't growing. Hasn't grown since my toilet seat smashed it in episode 1. You know what I'm saying?
It's still purple.
It's still purple. Wild Turkey 101. Sponsor the show. Somebody, for God's sake,
Somebody come
I don't even care. I don't even care if you don't pay us. Just send us a bottle. Send us a bottle. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell, my buddy, good friend of the show, Eric. How you doing, bud? Listen, I have eaten 0 since like 12 o'clock today. So a very small amount of whiskey has already hit my bloodstream. Right. Eric. How many times I got to shout out? I'm kidding. I've only shouted out the barbershop one time. Yo, go to Wise Guys Barbershop. He's not a sponsor, but you know what? Maybe he'll give me a discount on a haircut. You know what I mean? Probably not.
Hey, a guy can dream.
A guy can dream. I have yet to listen, one shout out. I have yet to put a single ass in that chair. But maybe I get a free cut. You know what I mean? I don't know. Who knows? Eric, I'm fucking with you.
Maybe I'm what?
Listen. I like to tip Eric well. Maybe I've earned the free cut here and there, I'm kidding. But Jack Daniels. Haven't had a single one of your whiskeys on the show, Jack. But that doesn't mean we can't get a sponsorship.
Doesn't mean we couldn't.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I'll go upstairs right now and grab some Jack. Go ahead. Up there. Go grab it.
Yeah?
Go ahead. We'll take a quick swig of the Jack, just so we can have a reason for them to be like, hey, nobody working at Jack Daniels gives a fuck about us, though. You know what I mean?
Jack doesn't care.
Jack doesn't give a fuck.
Mr. Daniels
doesn't give a single shred of a fucking shit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. And you know who else doesn't fucking care? Master Distillers. Listen, Wild Turkey 101, listen, I'll give you a free ad right now, but you're gonna have to at least notice this. I'm gonna tag you, because I'm gonna clip this, Wild Turkey Master Distillers. I'll figure out what your ad is. And I'm gonna tag you in this. I'm gonna send it to you. I'll be like, hey, all right, ready? Wild Turkey 101. A sip for the soul. It'll take you from point A to point B. Wild Turkey 101. 101 proof for 100. Listen, you take one shot. Listen, you take one shot of Wild Turkey 101. You'll get 101 more bitches lined up for your phone number. You'll get 101 more dollars wired into your bank account.
Listen, cocksucker.
You'll have 101 more wet dreams in your life per shot. Who doesn't like a wet dream? You like coming in your sleep?
I'd like to have it once.
I've never had one either.
Just to try
Keep drinking this and you'll have them. That's what I'm telling you, okay? Oh, let's start chugging. What else can we do? Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
Who else can we... You know what I mean? Fuck it. Frito-Lay. What the fuck's going on? An hour-long episode, free revenue for you? We don't get a couple... give us $2.
Not big enough?
At least pay for the chips. I laid $40 out here for you.
Laid.
Hey. What are we doing? You know what I mean? At this point, we're groveling. You know what I mean? We are brand new. We are a fetus. We're still growing in the womb. We look like that. We're a fetus. We're still growing. And you know what the fucked up part is, Colin? You know what the fucked up part is? We could be doing this for the next 5 years and still have 1,000 listeners and 100 viewers. And I'm still going to love all 1,000 of those listeners and all 100.
With all of our hearts.
Or in this case, 26 of those viewers. Still going to love you guys. Mr. Least, #1 fan at this point. Right? Yeah. We've discussed him.
Shout out.
Buddy, come on the show. At this point, I'll fucking pay. Come on, sit right here. I don't know who you are, how old you are, what gender you are. You could be gender fluid. I don't know. But what I do know is you have a good time with us. Come on the show. Fuck it. Send it to your friends. Guys, help us out here. You like the show? Spread the show around. Spread it like the Starbucks bitches' legs are
We
spread.
also haven't been saying, follow us on socials, all that.
Good point.
That could help it grow, too.
Listen, I'm going to clip this, too.
Right.
Okay? TikTok. Instagram.
TikTok.
What the fuck are you doing? You follow the show on TikTok. You follow the show on Instagram. Instagram, we got videos with 11,000, 12,000 views. It's Instagram Reels are averaging a few thousand views per reel. What are you doing? You're just stopping by you're here for a good time, not a long time. Fuck that. Take a seat. Watch the show.
It's the attention span.
Because listen,
I said attention span.
It's the attention span. People just want to.
Yeah.
Come on. Sit down. Have a drink with us.
Especially for the Riz episode.
That's a great episode. We had a great time.
Episode.
We had a great time. Yeah. That's our most well-received episode so far. And that was our last episode. You know what that means? That means we're getting better.
We're progressing.
We're sitting here, listen, two douchebags with a glass of whiskey talking shit about stuff that nobody fucking cares about, but everybody cares about.
We don't know shit.
We don't know shit. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the fucking thing. TikTok, Instagram.
Big Buck.
Follow the show. Watch the whole thing, for God's sake. Listen to us. There's so much more than just those clips. You have an idea how hard it is to make clips? Colin.
Clips are good.
Clip. Do you know how hard it is to make clips?
Pretty hard.
I mean, it's not hard.
The process.
It's not hard, but it's
time consuming.
It's not even that it's time. You have to make sure that you have something that makes sense for a clip.
Right.
Right? And 90% of the show, 90% of the episode isn't clippable.
Right.
But it's entertaining.
Right. We're more of a long form.
Guys,
you know,
what I said 5 minutes ago could have something to do with right now. How do I clip that? How do you clip that for a reel or a TikTok or a Snapchat?
We do a lot of callbacks, and
what
that makes
the fuck's going on?
You know,
TikTok, Instagram, people following us. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on YouTube. Let's grow this family. This is gonna be a family. We want to. You gotta understand. You gotta understand.
Call us Dom Toretto.
Oh well, what do we get out of it if we follow and view and what? You know what you get out of it? You know what you get out of it? An hour a week.
Yeah.
An hour a week where you can disconnect from your bullshit job, which we both have.
Yeah.
Your bullshit life, which we both have. Your bullshit fiance, which I have. I'm kidding. I love you, Victoria. I love you, Colin. You get a chance to step aside from the reality and have a drink with us. When we first started the show, I said, we should have like a slogan.
Right.
And what was that?
Just have a drink.
Have a drink with us. Sit down, take your dick out, beat it to us.
I don't give a shit.
Yo, listen, anybody out there want us to start a feet finder? Because I'll do it. Don't do it. No, nothing for free. Nothing for free. Listen, if there's some, gentlemen out there or ladies, I'll put the toes on the gram for
I'll
$1
get on my
or
back
two.
for you. You know what I mean?
Excuse me? What are you going to do with that?
Like...
I don't want that, and I would rather...
Like, imagine, like, my feet are
Yeah,
out.
but your sphincter is shot at the camera.
Well,
right
it would be if I was.
Sit the fuck up. All right, no more rambling. I get it. All right, we want, people, companies.
Ramby-pamby.
We know that we're not worth a fuck. All right, we get it. It's
Not
a joke.
yet.
But with the help
Not
of the
yet.
viewers, with people that think, okay, you guys are doing a good job. Thank you. Let's make a family out of this.
Yeah.
Let's make a family out of
We
this.
could be a bunch of little bald Dom Toretto.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Family. La
It's all
familia.
about family.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all about family.
It's all about family.
Family. I've never. This is my first time attempting a Vin Diesel impression, but here we go.
I can't do a Vin Diesel
So here
impression.
we go. Family. Oh, me and The Rock don't get along because we both have pretty big egos. The Rock. No, every single Fast and the Furious character is just who they are, like Gal Gadot, and that's just Gal Gadot.
You say Gal Gadot?
Gadot.
Godot.
Gadot.
You don't pronounce the T.
There's no T?
There's a T, but you
There
don't
is a
pronounce
T.
it.
I think that's another thing.
She's fucking tall.
Gorgeous. But, okay.
She's a beautiful woman, but
You're right.
she's just, I'm a short man
Right.
who knows my boundaries.
Well,
and
I
I'm
can
not.
I
Tell you
can-
right now,
I can,
I'm not crossing that bridge.
Listen, I can look from down here and say you're a beautiful woman. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Step on me, but it's not. No, I didn't. I sneezed.
You did.
I sneezed.
I don't think you did.
It wasn't. But
Would you let Gal Gadot wear high heels and stomp on that sack?
no.
You know there are dudes out there that get off on that.
I've seen the videos.
Getting like
Have you ever seen those
their
videos?
balls. No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say
haven't?
yeah. I said no.
Yeah.
I've never watched those videos.
Shout
I know
out
it's
your
a
mom's
thing.
House. That's what they. That's the videos they play.
What do you think of BDSM? Do you think it's a weird culture?
Buying.
Let me say something. I don't think that the
Buying-
dominatrix are weird. I think the dudes that pay the dominatrix to stomp on their balls, I think that's weird.
Yeah.
And like degrade them and whip them. I think the dude's weird. I think the girl or the dominatrix, whatever, in this situation is just getting paid.
Yeah. No, it's a paycheck. It's.
I think that there are a lot of women dominatrix that love it though, and that do your thing.
Yeah.
As a man, I don't get the man's side of things.
No. You saw the Basement Yards video where Danny went
I
to
did.
the dominatrix.
Gold.
Oh my god.
Absolutely hilarious.
It's literally 20 minutes of just straight
Gold.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It makes him
If there's anybody out there doing it right, it's those guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the model of success that I want to follow.
Yeah.
In our own way, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
But like, had they never even been a thing, that's still the model that I would have followed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the direction. Hilarious. Do you think you'd do that? If I reach out to the same chick,
I think it'd be fun.
oh, dude, if I reach out to
If like I
don't think my fiance would be happy with that. But I wouldn't be involved. I would just be recording it.
Yeah, you just
How you doing?
yeah.
I don't want to see nothing.
I'm the one getting dominated. You know.
Would you consent to that
Sure.
for content purposes?
Yeah.
You wouldn't do it in your private life.
No, I don't have any.
No,
interest
we would
in
probably
that.
have to pay her though.
I really like a big thing for me is I have to feel like I'm wanted, and dominatrix thing that's just not going to do it for me.
Do you think that?
I like honestly.
Well, because
I
they'll
don't
call you
think-
worthless and.
Yeah, exactly. I've had
Pig
that.
and-
I've already had that in relationships.
So let me ask you a question.
I don't need that.
As a man, would you consider yourself dominant?
I
I'm
feel like
not-
I switch.
You switch
Yeah,
between men and women.
that's not what I meant.
You weren't terribly happy with me on the Riz episode. If you think about it,
What's that?
you realize that you weren't terribly happy with me
Why not?
because I had asked you if given the opportunity if you would sleep with Harry Styles. You said no, and I
Right.
cheered you like, "Oh, good, I'm glad."
Yeah.
And you said, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
What was this? What was the what the fuck for?"
I don't know. I mean,
You do realize you portray a gay man.
yeah.
You speak gay.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kidding.
No,
This is just things that have been
I could-
said.
Where are these comments that you're reading?
Fucking. You know. Yeah, dude. I couldn't be on the receiving end of some BDSM stuff. That shit's
If it
weird.
was for content, I would. Not
just
for,
well, you're not a candidate for this because you are a hairless naked mole rat. But like when they did the Brazilian wax episode with Frankie,
right,
and that was hilarious, and I would love.
We would have to get Gabe.
That would be really bad, but really funny at the same time. So Gabe has yet to be on the show. I'm sure one day that day will come. I'm sure
he will be.
What could come out of that kid's mouth, especially when hair is being ripped out of his flesh of his?
You're gonna have to like get like a beat, like a.
Just the idea of Gabe,
like a sensor.
Gabe's reaction to getting a manzillion.
Oh,
he's a hairy boy.
We should cut like a shape into his chest. Not cut.
I know what you're saying.
Shape.
Wax.
Yeah.
Dude, Gabe. Gabe. Inside joke. We do that to him. We gaslight Gabe by just saying dude.
Doesn't mean anything.
It means jack shit. That would be fucking amazing.
Oh my god.
That's something that I wish we could do, but I don't think we can get Gabe to do. Oh, no, in all fairness, shout out again, Gabe. Big Gabe episode.
Big Gabe episode.
Hey, big Gabe guys
big
here.
Gabe from Vagina.
Listen, he has personally asked me to wax his back in the past.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Didn't do it. But I'll tell you right now, Gabe, if you let me document it, I'll do it.
If you let me talk.
If you let me record it and post it, I'll do it. All right? If you come on the show, not literally.
We get a table.
And we get a professional to come in here and wax your gooch and balls and shaft and anus.
Get a whole Brazilian.
Dude. That's a furry boy, too. He's a hairy man.
Hairy man.
We're making him out to be way hairier than he really is.
No, he
is a pretty hairy dude.
He's got a nice beard. He's got a nice chest.
He's got a great beard.
Yeah, he's a hairy man.
Yeah. We have a lot of hairy friends if you think about it.
Yeah.
Gabe might be the top hairy dude.
I mean...
And it would just... Listen, there would be nobody else funnier to wax than Gabe as far as that. Because Gabe says out-of-pocket shit out of fucking thin air. With no motivating factor.
No.
Add him being butt-ass on a table, getting his shit waxed.
Oh. It's over.
We would get canceled within the first trip. With whatever we would... Because he would say some really bad shit.
Yeah. You'd have to definitely invest in like a little sensor bar.
Oh, that's easy stuff. You know I could do that right now. There would just be basically like one constant beat.
Censor this. Bubbles. Bubbles.
Can I let you in on a little secret?
Bubbles.
Not centering any of that.
Yeah.
Because I don't fucking care
to. Yeah. Bubble. But
say something really offensive. Maybe I'll go back and I'll clip this and I'll make it seem like you dropped a racial slur and I'll get you fired from your job.
That'd be fun. No, honestly.
Do it. I'm kidding.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't think I can get fired from that job.
I mean, you were toting a line there for a little while. They might as well promote you.
I've done so much worse.
Than what?
Than not going to work.
Well, you did. Well, you had a few reasons for it for a while. What the fuck is that? What are you doing? Oh, from hawking a loogie on that dude's chest. Yeah. You know, can I break the fourth wall for a second?
Break the fourth wall. Smash it.
The very first episode of the Whiskey Talks podcast was never uploaded.
Yeah.
Was never posted.
It's a secret episode.
It's a secret episode, to which I'm pretty sure I've deleted.
Yeah,
I don't know that I have access to it.
It's a secret and lost episode.
And Colin told a story. I don't know that you didn't want to post it then. But do you want to? Because that was the whole reason why we didn't post the first one to begin with. You think you're more comfortable because we have almost 20 episodes in the books now? We've said worse shit.
I was wrong.
No, you weren't.
Well,
I'll tell you right now.
That's for you to judge.
I don't think we should talk about it.
No?
At the risk of having to delete another episode.
Okay.
I would... Listen, I think that can be told one day.
Yeah, I think
but we need a little bit more establishment.
Okay.
Not that it's that bad of a story.
Right.
Really, all the people know is that you fucking spit on a dude's chest.
Yeah.
I think the reason why we deleted it is because you were angry revisiting the story, and you were like...
I got aggressive.
You got aggressive.
Yeah.
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 Hilarious. One of my favorite Colin stories ever is the spit on the chest.
Yeah. Because it's very just not me.
Would you consider yourself a pacifist?
Not a pacifist. I don't like confrontation.
But you'll have a confrontation if necessary. Is that fair? Because you've had confrontations.
Be,
We've had confrontations. Right. Yeah. I've kicked the shit out of you.
Well, that's not. I don't remember. But, you know.
Of course you don't remember. I give you a nasty concussion.
Just completely. We should both. That's like.
Speaking of concussions, I had one very recently.
No, we should both get concussions and do a podcast. And
like voluntary concussions. I'll tell you right now, I've had one too many concussions that I don't think it'd be safe for me to have another.
Oh well, it's never safe to have a concussion.
Well, I'm saying I'm like Tua Tagovailoa.
Concussion washy.
I don't think I'm that level, but
your brain's not soup.
I always said that his brain was to that of rice pudding.
What's your brain? Yes. Yes.
What's my brain? What? My consistency?
I mean, what's your brain if you mix brain up with bread? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Imperfect, like we all are. It's okay. No, I'm
not. I've had documented, because I'm sure I've had more than just these, but documented I've had 5 concussions.
Oh wow, I've never had a.
You've never had one?
Concussion washy. No.
Are you sure?
No. I just never got it checked. You know what I mean?
Do you think has there ever been a time where you thought maybe you could have?
Yeah. Yeah.
The worst one I ever
I've
had.
hit my head at work sometimes, and blah, 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 you know.
The worst one I've ever had was as a kid.
Oh really?
I'm gonna give a quick shout out I'll explain the shout out in a second.
Shout out.
Back when I was a kid, I used to watch WWE a lot. Shout out
Pete. Chris Benoit.
Shout out Pete, friend of the show, Peter. He'll be joining us within the coming weeks for an episode.
That's not the shout out that I did.
Nope. What'd you say?
Chris Benoit.
Fuck. Not many people are gonna know who that is, which is whatever. Maybe most people will know. Let's move on. When I was a kid, I used to watch WWE a lot, like a lot.
Right.
And my childhood best friend, when I lived in Florida, and I used to, and they say all the time, do not reenact this at home. That doesn't work. Me and my buddy were beating the dog shit out of each other.
I gotta be honest. If I saw that as a kid, if I saw that now,
it would entice me to do it more.
Now I want to do it more. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, don't tell me what to do.
Exactly.
You fucking piece of shit.
You piece of shit.
If I want to jump on top of a fucking truck and do a fucking, Jeff Hardy swanton bomb.
See, you know what
a swanton bomb is?
Swanton bomb?
Yeah.
That sounds racist.
You play the 2K video game.
Yeah, I do.
Swanton bomb is the move where you get on the top rope and you do a front flip and land on the other guy with your back.
See, now while you were reenacting WWE moves, I was reenacting
gay sex.
No. It was dances from High School Musical.
I mean, come on. I wasn't far off.
We're soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can't reach if we're trying.
And we're breaking free. Yeah, that's all I know. Yeah. Victoria's a big High School Musical fan, so I've had no choice but to see it. Zac Efron's a smoke. So anyway, okay. So my worst concussion, not my first. It was we were beating the shit out of each other in the front lawn, and in Florida, we lived in this gated community. At a certain time of the day, there were sprinkler heads that were in your lawn that would rise out of the ground and water
like
your
in the
grass.
Movies.
What?
Like in the movies?
No, that's just a thing.
I've only seen it in movies. Is it fake grass then?
No, it was real grass.
They didn't install it underneath
fake grass, turf. You don't need to water.
That's true. Darn. Man,
shucks,
Like, you got me.
So we had sprinkler heads that were in, you couldn't see them just walking by. It just looked like a straight, flat, patch of grass, like your yard. Right. But if you got close, you could see the little area where the sprinkler heads were. There's a move I remember in wrestling called the DDT. Do you know what the DDT is?
The distasteful...
No, it doesn't. I don't know what it stands for.
Oh, I want to... DDT? Distasteful discharge.
Wow, that's disgusting.
Distasteful discharge. Tits.
That was bad.
There you go. Distasteful
So the
discharge
move was...
of tits, because, they don't always put of in the... Distasteful discharge of tits.
So let me explain to you what a DDT is.
It sucked.
Right? A DDT in professional wrestling, from what I remember, say you're standing in front of me, we're facing each other.
I am. Yeah.
Right?
Say, or I'm standing in front of you.
Standing in front of me facing each other. Let's say I kick you in the stomach and you bend forward in front of me. If I wrap my arm around your neck and your head is behind my arm, and I just drop my body to the ground, to which your head gets bashed into the ground, that would be a DDT. My buddy did that to me, and don't try this at home because it's choreographed. It's not real. They're not actually.
They practice it.
I mean, I'm sure they're getting hurt to an extent. I'm sure.
No,
you don't just take a chair shot to the fucking head and just be like, yeah.
You can't fake that.
They're getting hit.
You're not faking the hits.
But
I feel like
he did that to me in the grass, and it just so happened that my head hit right on one of those sprinkler heads.
Nice.
Busted my head open so bad. When I tell you I was bleeding liters, I was bleeding fucking liters, dude. I had to get staples. Staples.
Count Dracula comes up, sticks a tap to your forehead, and just...
Dude, I was bleeding like crazy. I had two personalities in that moment. One that was like, yo, I'm just like whoever the fuck, Triple H, I'm bleeding. Cool. And the other part was like, I'm fucking really bleeding.
Worried.
Dude, I was bleeding so bad. My dad, whom at the time was with us, came outside because he heard me. I eventually started crying. I think it was like 10.
I will say that made it sound like he's dead now.
He's not.
Right.
Anyway, so my dad comes outside. I think my mom was home also, and rushes out there, sees me bleeding, brings me inside. They start trying to stop the blood. Ain't happening. So I went to the hospital, whatever, got the stitches, whatever, and they told me I had a pretty serious concussion. I was really bad. I don't know if this is an actual term. This is what I remember. This is probably not what was said, but I believe I had what was called a quantum 4 concussion. Now I'm fairly positive that's not a real term. Quantum 4. That sounds like some shit in Ant-Man. You know what I mean?
Quantum realm.
That's what I'm saying. But I had some kind of ridiculously bad concussion to where I wasn't allowed to sleep for a full day because I would have slipped into a coma.
Because I feel like that's... Every time I hear a concussion, I'm like, oh, you can't sleep. But it's not every form of
my
concussion.
most recent concussion, I could sleep, but I was told that I should have... I live with my fiance. We share a bed together. I was told that she should check on me every few hours. My most recent concussion... I personally think my most recent concussion probably should have been my worst because it was the most blunt force to my head. So for my job, and I'm not going to say what I do, but part of my job entails...
But he does it.
I do it.
Bet your ass he does it.
I do it.
Yeah.
I do from time to time.
I don't.
Anyway, so a part of my job requires...
Not my choice, but...
we have storage trailers with what I do for certain things at my job, and I was in one of the storage trailers, and for reference, if you see a tractor trailer on the highway, the big, long, rectangular box on the back of them
box trucks, yeah,
is a trailer. That's what it is.
Yeah, trailer.
And depending on which kind of trailer it is, those trailers have doors in the back of them. Some of them are really heavy steel, which is what we have. And this trailer door weighs about 400-something pounds. It's a massive piece of steel. It's imagine you took 45-pound plates and just stacked a shitload on top of each other. So this door, I was in this trailer. I was standing right at the opening of this trailer where the door would be closed. If it was closed, I'd be standing right where the door is closed, where the door would be positioned. And the door was open a full 180 degrees. A gust of wind must have hit, and the door swung full fucking force and absolutely bashed me in the back of the head.
Smashed.
And if you ever played Call of Duty, a concussion feels like if you get hit by a flashbang. Like, very much genuine. You see, like, this flash of white light, your ears start ringing, and you can't see for a couple seconds. Like, you legitimately can't. That's what it is for me.
Right.
Cannot see for a couple seconds. I knew instantly I have a concussion.
I get that when I get mad.
That you can't see?
Yeah.
That's more of a blackout type of situation, though.
Yeah.
I'd say when I'm actually angry.
Like, have you ever been, like, so angry in the car that you can feel your vision start to, like, focus in?
I try. That's tunnel vision.
Yeah.
I'm not. When it comes to when I'm driving, it's a very rare scenario that I'm in a situation that could make
Tunnel
me angry.
vision, Justin Timberlake, shout out.
Tunnel vision, Kodak Black, shout out.
Kodak Black, shout out.
Kodak Black, by the way, is Florida. Like, if Florida was a person, it's Kodak Black.
Have you...
Or the Island Boys.
Talking about
Island Boys. Talking about key light wine. Talking about Saint Michael. Yo, what happened to those guys?
Apparently they were on Epstein's Island.
So is Joe
So they're
Biden.
fucked up, which sucks.
Do you actually think that's the case, though?
Oh, well,
They were on Joe Biden's.
Not Joe Biden's.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Throwback to last episode.
Listen. Those guys fell off, for sure, right? They have to be
fell off
bankrupt.
something, yeah.
You know what? You ever see... So, I'm not a Logan Paul fan. I've never been a Logan Paul
Fell
fan.
off something and hit their head because they're special.
They were on an episode of Logan Paul's podcast, and
Where
I've
are
seen
they?
the clips where
They're real?
they're real people.
They're not cartoon
No.
characters?
Listen to me. I lived in Florida.
Right.
That's the average Floridian kid. Like, I'm telling you right now. There's nothing special about those Island Boy kids because they are 1 in a million. Right. Just because they documented and they got viral doesn't mean they're very different from a lot of people in Florida.
It just means to everyone outside of Florida, they're like, oh, look, it's Florida.
So that hairstyle looks like fucking Lisa from The Simpsons, right?
It looks like,
They're called wicks.
what's it called? Oh, it's, in, Rugrats. The doll.
You know?
The doll from Rugrats.
Whatever the fuck.
Cynthia.
Angelica?
Cynthia was the doll's name. It was Angelica's doll, but the doll's name was...
That's called wicks. That hairstyle, it's called wicks.
John.
It's a legitimate thing. Like, they are...
really?
Kodak Black has wicks. He has the same
does
hairstyle.
he?
He just doesn't dye it like they do. He's just got his regular hair color.
Right.
No, it's a legitimate thing.
Oh.
There's a slang term that originated in Florida, and I'm sure several people have heard of this. Some people have, some people haven't, called jit. You know what jit is?
Is it racist?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I sure fucking hope not.
No.
I know that I've been called when I lived in Florida. The area of Florida that I lived in, I would say that I was the minority in that demographical area. Most of that demographical area was African American or Hispanic. I was one of few.
Shut up.
I was one of few white people from that area.
Right.
Right. And I was called Lil White Jit for a lot of my time down there, from people that didn't associate me from a personal level, like just other people in like middle school. I was referred to as Lil White Jit a lot of the time because I was one of few white kids, right? And it was just fine, don't care. But a jit is a big Floridian term, much like John is a big Philadelphia term. You ever hear the term John?
John.
John is like, it means anything.
Yeah.
Jit is more of a person of some sort. Not sure what. But John could mean anything. Like, for instance, you and I go to Philadelphia. We get a fucking cheesesteak. That John was good. That John was fire. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You and I killed that John. So
What's your favorite steak?
filet.
Yeah.
I think I say filet. Ribeye's up there.
I like filet mignon.
Mignon? Filet mignon?
Filet mignon.
I say filet because it's the easiest to cook. I love to cook filet mignon. Victoria will tell you I make the best filet mignon in the world. I'll put my... You want some more?
I'm good.
I'll put myself up against Gordon fucking Ramsay.
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely think that him and I, if we were to make a filet mignon, at the very least would tie. I'm serious. I'm very confident in my filet mignon.
He's confident.
I'm very confident in my filet mignon. Now,
That's
the
hot.
scenario that is very realistic is that... Well, not really.
That's something I envy.
Can I say something about confidence?
Yeah.
Can I say something? Gordon Ramsay is
get
one
so
of the
much
people that I
anxiety.
love so much in this world. I don't know what it is. I love Gordon Ramsay. If I ever had an opportunity to cook a filet mignon and have judge's blind guess, like which the better one was, I'm fairly positive that he would absolutely blow me out of the fucking water.
Right.
But I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't be shocked if I won either.
It can go either way.
That's how good my filet mignon is. I do love a ribeye. I cooked Victoria.
How do you like your steak, though?
I'm a rare to medium rare kind of guy. What about you?
Rare.
Rare.
I mean, the rarer the better.
Medium rare is my max.
Borderline cold. I'll be honest with you. But
really, well, that says a lot because your palate is that of a 4-year-old.
That's how I was raised.
Well, no, I'm saying that rare for your palate.
Right.
Considering you almost had an aneurysm when I asked you to eat a sour cream and onion chip on the show.
Not an aneurysm. I was just upset.
You were a bit of a puss.
I didn't like it.
You were a bit of a puss wagon. You were a
a
wagon of puss when it came to
a
that.
wagon full of what? Shout out Virginia. You know what I mean?
Shout out Virginia. Not West Virginia. That's just inbreeding capital of the
That's
world.
West Vagina.
West Virginia. Mountain Mama. Fuck my sisters. What's going on out there? The biggest inbred communities in the world are in West Virginia. From what I've researched. Listen, if you're in West Virginia and you're listening, which I don't think we have West Virginian fans. I'm not sure West Virginia has the technology yet to listen to this podcast because I'm
still in Fallout.
They're all on rocking chairs in the front with cross eyes, being like, "What brings you around here, feller?" No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I've driven through West Virginia. I don't think I've even stopped for gas in West Virginia. My dog is.
have we?
You and I have never driven through West Virginia together.
I'm trying to think where, because I'm usually good with geography, but
West Virginia is west of Virginia. Like, come on, bro. You're trying to think of geography like it's called West fucking Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been to a drive-in movie theater?
no, I haven't.
Really?
But I will say, at my movie theater, we did have a guy who was sleeping the entire movie, and he definitely had sleep apnea. And just whoever you are, guy, you're definitely not watching because like you weren't watching Spider-Verse, so like, you're watching this. Like you bought the ticket, dude. Like you
paid money.
You paid to see this movie.
But did he have kids with him?
No, he was alone.
That's kind of sad.
Why is he sleeping in the movie?
Have you ever gone to a movie completely by yourself?
No.
I haven't either.
No.
It's kind of sad, man.
He was on his phone for the first 20 minutes.
Maybe he's in a loveless, sexless marriage, and that might be the only area that he can get some true sleep. Or he just was tired as fuck.
I don't know. He was on his phone for the first 20 minutes, and then like I'm watching the movie, and then I just hear.
So what do you think like etiquette is in a movie theater?
That's definitely has sleep apnea, and he's definitely gonna die of it. But
Jesus, oh my!
No, I'm not saying like no.
I have a coworker that has sleep apnea.
It's bad. My
stepfather wear a mask and
my
shit.
stepfather has sleep apnea.
Does he wear a mask?
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
I love that man.
Yeah,
he wants me to come back tomorrow, from what I understand, to talk to me about life.
Yeah.
Which, if I have time to, I'd love to. If you're down,
he was really drunk.
Your stepfather. He was so drunk he couldn't stand.
Yeah, I know. He's not usually like that, but he was really feeling himself, and he was.
Let him have a good night.
They both love you, by the way.
Who's they both?
My mother and my stepfather.
I love your mother and your stepfather.
Yeah,
they're wonderful people.
Yeah, they are.
I had a very good time.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that had a good time.
No,
Pete had a good time.
Yeah, of course.
Paul had a good time.
Yeah.
Dan had a good time.
Yeah.
We all had a good time.
Of course. Yeah.
And listen, if I have time tomorrow, there's a potential
I'll be at the music fest. So.
Well, so will I.
You will?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to see my friend Chris. Shout out Chris.
Is he singing?
He is. He's performing.
Do you want more whiskey?
Sure, why not?
Fuck it.
Why the fuck not?
I have this urge to make this a long episode.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Even though we had no subject matter coming in today, we're just fucking talking.
I feel good.
I think it's because I haven't eaten yet and I'm drinking.
Yeah.
More or less.
That's good. Thank you.
I can't put it back in the bottle. I don't know why I said less.
You know what I also noticed? You're drinking out of the Colin glass. I'm drinking out of the
Oh shit! I didn't. that if that doesn't go to show you that I've had a very long week. We went to look at houses, by the way, to purchase.
Did you?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the? You see the new Apple glasses?
Do the VR shit that they came out with?
Creepy little.
Well, it's pretty amazing.
No. It's,
so for someone that uses the setup, you've seen the setup that I have as far as my editing station, my desk, and I have, including my laptop, I have 3 monitors, I have 2 keyboards, I have 2 mouses, I have a legit setup upstairs going on, right? And to be able to use what do they call it? Is Apple what? What is it called?
It's like Apple.
It's like this thing that you put over your eyes, but
it's basically like the Oculus,
but you could see through it.
Yeah, it's
So if I was wearing it right now,
augmented.
but it's what is it? What is it called? It was called something specific.
Hold on, let's
figure out what it's called. It's like this thing. It's like this. If you know what an Oculus is.
Apple Vision Pro.
Vision Pro. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Where you literally wear this thing over your eyes, and it's a computer, but it's projected on this screen where your surroundings are a computer. Mm-hmm. Which, for what I do,
it's pricey as fuck.
$3,500.
Ridiculous.
Way overpriced.
Put that to a fucking apartment. That's fucking ridiculous.
Put that to a lot of things.
Are you kidding me? I already have an Oculus. The only thing I'm going to use.
You have an Oculus?
Yeah, I do.
Do you jerk off to porn?
Yes. No, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, what am I going to buy it for? Porn. Like, it's a porn machine. It's a fucking porn machine.
If you're horny as shit, sure.
Yeah!
Jesus Christ,
Sorry.
that was loud.
Sorry.
So my thing is, I would use it to edit videos.
Look at the peak in the...
That's loud. Yeah, it's gonna hurt some headphone users.
I'm so sorry, guys.
You're a headphone user at work. You listen. You listen back to the show?
I do sometimes. Yeah, I do.
Because you don't have access to it until it comes out.
Yeah. No, I do like to listen back to see what like you said specifically. Because like you'll say things that I'll miss here. So like, shout out Colin who's listening right now.
Shout out Colin.
It is fun because I do kind of relive the night, which is always fun.
I have not listened back to an episode outside of editing it since episode like.
Does that make me a narcissist?
7 or 8. No,
because I'm not really listening for me. I'm more listening for you.
No,
yeah,
I don't think it does. Because episode like 7 or 8ish is where I feel like I stopped listening back to them. If they come out, they just come out and I just start posting stuff online and be like, "Yo, new episode." But like, I don't think I've fully listened. Definitely not fully. I've definitely clicked on an episode and fast forwarded to a part that I wanted to see how it came out and whatnot. For me, it's all analytical. For me, it's always post production. Like, how did this come out? How did this do this or whatever? Right. I watch back at the clips more often because I go into the clips and I try to interact with comments and stuff like that and see how each clip is done. I don't remember what our most viewed clip is, but again, it's over like 11,000, 12,000 views on Instagram.
Wow. Okay.
I don't remember what it was of, though. So that's really the extent of it. Because in fairness, I do have to listen back to it when I edit it, when I sync the audio, when I make clips.
Like, and as much as I'm trying not to be a narcissist, like it's not. I don't listen for me. I listen like genuinely for you. Like you're fucking hilarious.
I mean, that's what I'm listening for on the other side too. I'm listening for you.
Yeah, hell yeah. But and it's sort of like reliving like what already like during work. It's nice.
I could tell you that when I edit,
I do genuinely look forward to every time we upload. Like,
oh, me too. Yeah.
Like I'm a fan of this podcast,
which is cool. It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
I'm one of the
views on YouTube.
So you watch on YouTube?
I watch both.
Since when I was listening to it, when I listened back to it,
I'll grab clips.
See,
and post on my.
But I listen to it through a lens. You know what I mean? I don't listen to it as because I'm listening back. I listen to it and be like,
You're not
all right.
listening all the way through your editing.
No, it's more like,
Oh, okay.
well, now, yes. Now I just edit it.
Right.
But when I was listening to it through, it was more like, I was looking at it from like a really overcritical standpoint, right? There's a lot of things about this podcast that's just entry level.
Right.
Right? And, whatever. At some point, we're each going to have our own mics. Right? I'm just not trying to lay out money for something that I'm not making money off of yet.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things. Now I just listen back to it when I'm editing, especially when I'm making clips, because that's when I actually I play through and I skip through. I skim through essentially. Where I'm like, okay, that's not really a good clip. That's not really okay.
That's what I do on YouTube.
That's a good clip.
That's what I do on YouTube when I skim through and I look through, because I always try to.
I
find,
wait for something that's like, well, not that the whole episode is not something to listen to, but I wait for something that's clippable, right? And I'm like, okay, that could be a clip, so I make a clip. So when I listen back to it, a lot of times I find I don't remember that we even spoke.
Did you
about
clip us singing Pitbull's Motel Hotel Holiday Inn?
No.
That would have been a good clip.
I try not to clip intros and outros. The opening clip that I've done lately for the opening part of the show has been in and of itself a clip because, it's an entertaining part of the show. It's one of the highlights essentially of the show.
Right.
So that's something that I clip partially, but again, I cannot. I don't know how to talk about this without sounding like I'm in over my head because I have to. We have to understand that
you have to be in over your head to.
But we have to understand that this is nothing at the moment.
Nothing yet.
And it may not ever be anything.
And that's okay.
But
we still enjoy doing it.
We're still just having a good time.
Yeah.
It's damn near 10:30 at night.
Is it really?
Is it? What time is your clock?
10:20.
Yeah. So it's. And you know what's fucked up? I didn't think that I would feel this way until I turned 50. That's late for us. Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah.
That's a late.
I genuinely, without sounding, pretentious or, I genuinely feel like I'm a 60-year-old in a 25-year-old's body.
I never felt that till recently. You know me better than a lot of people know me.
I feel like a divorced 60-year-old in a 25-year-old's body where I'm just well, one day I'll learn. But
you know me better than a lot of people know me. I'm a very outgoing person for the most part.
Right.
I'm in bed by this time, dog.
Me too.
Seriously. You're probably asleep by this time. This time is where
I am hunk shoe.
This is the time of the day where I'm around now is when I fall asleep. And you know what? There was a time in our lives where this was 10:30. We still got 6 hours. We can fucking hang out. You know what I mean?
I miss that. Yeah.
Part of me does. Part of me doesn't.
Well, the only reason I miss that is because I don't have somebody. You know what I mean? But that's a whole other.
Part of me misses it. Part of me doesn't.
Yeah, it's the grass is always greener on the other side or whatever.
You got the Penn State shirt on right now. College days were easy days, bro.
Yeah.
College days.
I got you that
You
shirt.
did get this for me.
I did, yeah.
And it's one of my favorite sweatshirts.
It's a nice shirt.
I love it. Oh, it's great.
Yeah. It's the tailgate. Tailgate's really good.
What do you mean it's the tailgate?
If you look on the sleeve there, your other sleeve, tailgate. It's TG.
Oh, I was wondering what the fuck that stood for. I don't know.
Tailgate. Yeah. It's if I look, I'm sorry.
I'm being molested. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Don't do that.
It's nice to feel skin, but
And on that note.
Oh damn! I ended it.
You did end it. We've been doing this for a little longer than we probably should have been. I do. You just did. Should I just knock this back?
Yeah,
this is a lot more than a shot.
I'll take it if you want.
Oh. I don't like taking big gulps. Wild Turkey 101 isn't weak whiskey. It's 101 proof.
Yeah.
Colin, thanks for coming. It's been a wonderful night.
Yeah.
Happy 6-9. You know what I mean?
6-9.
Odd time recording at 6-9. If that's not a fucking national holiday.
Come on
this
now.
Point.
I mean,
today should be the day that everybody's just out there.
It's better
69.
than 420.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Oh my god.
100.
I think that this might be the most intoxicated I've been on an episode ever.
Me too.
Except for the first episode that we ever did.
I'm definitely getting
we
a
were
little bit.
fucked up on the first ever episode.
Yeah.
And we will never release that, I don't think.
It's gone. Because it's gone.
Because it's gone.
Yeah.
We're breaking fourth walls today.
Who gives a shit?
I don't fucking care.
We're all over the place. Who gives a fuck?
In the moment that I'm in, and I know when I edit this back, I'm like, God damn it, shut the fuck up. cut.
That's how I am when I listen. That's how I am when I listen.
I
I
got
listen
clips
to
of this
myself.
shit. But there's nothing
That's when
here.
we're going with a therapist, but it's fine.
What? We talked about that, but we cut that out.
Well, no, I'll talk about it here. I really do think, like, hey, if you're thinking, like, hey, maybe I should get therapy, because, like, I've been thinking maybe I should get therapy, and I did. I finally had my first appointment. Get it. Go.
Your appointment was way more expensive than I should have been, though, bro.
It's too much. Yeah.
Way too much.
So, but...
Hold on, time out. We're going to go back.
We're going to go back.
I almost knocked both my glasses off. Master Distillers.
What's going on?
Every time I do this, people get I'm drunk. I think I'm drunk.
I think I am too, yeah.
Every time I do this, people get upset. Because they're like, the mic picks up on it. Master Distillery. Fuck going on?
What's going on?
What's going on? Wild Turkey 101. Listen, this tastes delicious. Right?
Like, listen.
Would you say, okay, we've had a lot of whiskeys on the show.
Right.
There's been very few whiskeys
I'm going to give, like, my honest...
Give it a 1 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Genuinely.
You're giving it a 10?
Yeah.
Listen, Wild Turkey 101, I'm a little bit more than a critic. More of a critic. Dude, I'm fucking drunk.
No, like, listen.
We've had a lot of whiskey. I'm drunk. I have not eaten since... It is, for reference, 10:30 at night. I've had nothing to eat since 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. And I've had a lot of this. I'm drunk.
I've had as much as you have, and I'm pretty...
You had technically 1 shot more than I did, because you chugged the last shot that I had left.
Right. But I, like, listen, Wild Turkey. Like...
Sponsor the fucking show.
Come on now.
What's going on?
What do you got to lose?
Guys,
what do you got to lose?
Wild Turkey 101, we have 1,100 listeners.
Listen.
Sponsor the show. Send us a bottle. Just 1 bottle.
We are a whiskey-themed podcast. You know.
That was the loudest cheers in the history of the whiskey talk. So we're going to end the episode. Like, we got to end it. It's time. This is like the 8th.
Cheers. The 8th cheers. So, yeah.
How's your fucking sister?